Good morning, fellow travelers. My name is Ember Aeternal, and welcome to my channel, Spirit Forge Coaching. I'm going to be giving a reading for Capricorn today. It's not going to resonate with everyone, but if it does, please take what fits and leave what doesn't. If you'd like a personal reading at some point afterward, please contact me at spritforgecoaching@gmail.com. Let's get started. Spirit, please show Capricorn what they need to know today to navigate through their day, to navigate through their life with wisdom and knowledge that they seek. We have the Nine of Worlds. And it says harvest. I'm also getting the possibility of wish fulfillment. Worlds is coins or pentacles in other decks. The nines, excuse me. The nines and tens are mirror images of each other. Nines are potential and tens are actual. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. This is, with this being the Nine of Worlds, this is the promise of material well-being. And it can be wish fulfillment too. Let's get your obstacles. Let's see what's really going on here. We have the Ace of Cups, ecstasy. Well, I certainly hope this isn't the drug ecstasy. The Ace of Cups. The aces are about new beginnings and potential. And this is about the cycle of emotion. Let's get supports. We have strength. This is looking an awful lot like the last reading. It seems to have the same energy. So your obstacle is so you might be bipolar. Please don't take that as medical advice. Go see a doctor if you think you might be. The only reason I say that is because people who are bipolar generally feel ecstasy for no reason. It depends on whether or not you have bipolar 1 or 2 as well. Yeah, for no discernible reason, they can feel ecstasy. They can feel on top of the world, euphoric. So what I'm seeing here is a danger of falling into the cycle of emotions, the ups and downs of emotions. But your support here is that you have a great deal of resilience. As with the last reading, that's all that's coming into my head is resilience. You have a great deal of resilience. I mean, it's there. And it's entirely possible that this resilience exists simply because you have up and down emotions. Deeply felt emotions. So let's get body. So we have the Lovers. Lovers are connected to Gemini. I think in another reading I said that they were connected to Virgo. I was wrong. It was Gemini. So with this being in body, this could be an actual relationship with someone, an actual physical romantic relationship with someone. But it can also be a risky commitment. So what are you committing yourself to physically that could be risky? Let's get your mind. We have Equilibrium, 2 Cups. And this is emotions again. Emotion, connection. Yeah, this is about emotion and connection. And the 2s... Let's get a closer look at this. I want to get your spirit card. Body, mind, spirit next. I want to get your spirit card before I say what's going on with Equilibrium. So we have the 10 of Worlds, reward. So you have the 9 of Worlds up here. I know you can't see it. I'll pull it down so you can see it. You have the 9 of Worlds up here, which is the promise, the potential, and you have the actual right here. So I think this is wish fulfillment, and I'm getting the sense that this is about a relationship, and I think you need to make up with someone before you can find balance within yourself, possibly even within the relationship. Let's get more cards. Let's get past influences. We have the Empress. So the Empress is very much connected to connected to emotion and nurturing. She can also be connected to prosperity, but this is more of an emotional prosperity than a physical prosperity. The Emperor is all about physical prosperity. So the goddess here is Isis. She is the goddess of magic, also known as the Queen of Heaven. And so it looks like you have a very powerful feminine energy in your past. And this may be the person with whom you need to make up. Let's get present circumstances. We have 9 of Cups, fulfillment. This is I'm getting really strongly wish fulfillment here. Dreams come true. So I think this Empress was a lover, and you had some sort of falling out because of some emotional dysregulation. Yes, you had a falling out because of some emotional dysregulation. You were very happy at first. I realize I'm starting to speak too fast. You were very happy at first, but then there was some emotional regulation. It could have been on your part, it could have been on this Empress's part, that caused a disagreement of some kind, possibly even a split up. But you have resilience. You're able to bounce back from it. And in your body you have the Lovers. So I think this started out as primarily a physical relationship, and then the emotion came in later. You have a desire to make up, and I think a need to make up, and you have a reward. You have great rewards coming to you if you do make up with this Empress, Capricorn. Yeah. And I think you have made up with this Empress, or are really, really close to reconciling with her. And you're feeling very fulfilled. Yeah. So let's get this is beautiful. I'm nearly overcome with the beauty of this. So let's get future influences. We have the Star. Oh my. So this is Kuan Yin pictured here. She is, I believe, the Japanese goddess of compassion. The Star. Wow. Let me take a moment to breathe here. This is really exciting. I'm so excited about this reading. So the Star can be about the Star can be about success against opposition. And I think the opposition here is this emotional dysregulation up here. Yeah, which quite possibly led to a disagreement, and then you feel the need to make up with this Empress. Oh, wow. So, let's get outcome. We have narrowness. This is 9 of Crystals. Crystals are swords in other decks. As I've said before, 9s are potential. 10s are actual manifestation. Whether emotional... sorry, I'm rubbing my eyes. Whether emotional... I'm having a brain fart. I'm stuck on emotions. This is about emotion. Yes, this is the swords, but this whole reading is about emotions. So you have ecstasy on one end and narrowness on the other end, and I think you have this thing that happens with you where you feel ecstasy and then narrowness and ecstasy and then depression, ecstasy and depression, and it causes you to think narrowly. So you really need to get you need to understand your emotions and why you feel them as deeply as you do, before you have any hope of controlling them. And I read in a recent study that all decisions are 100% made with emotion involved. So somebody who says that they have made a decision without emotion involved, they don't know what they're talking about. It was probably with a cold emotion, or they simply do not feel connected to their emotions. But I get the sense that you do. You feel very connected to your emotions because you feel them so deeply. Just be careful of this narrowness here, this penchant for thinking rigidly. And if you're neurodivergent, I understand this penchant for thinking rigidly. It just means that you have to work extra hard to step outside the box. And it looks like you're going to be able to. It really does. This is the only negative here. Even this equilibrium here, this need to make up, this is the only negative here. So let's get overall influences. All of the energy. We have art. So in other decks, let me pull this out of my brain. Temperance. That's what this is in other decks. Temperance. So that tracks. You need to temper your narrowness and this ecstasy. I have a feeling that I'm missing a point when I keep going back and forth between ecstasy and narrowness. I think, let me take a moment to breathe again. So Capricorn, I think sometimes your emotions, your positive emotions, are so strong that you have a tendency to be naive and blind yourself to possible red flags within yourself and within others. It's very possible that you put people on pedestals, and then when they disappoint you, you get trapped in this narrowness where you can't see outside the disappointment. So I think that's what's going on here. But you have all these beautiful cards around this need to make up. You're going to make up with this Empress if you haven't already. Now, I think you're going to make up with her. So she's in the past. You're going to make up with her, but she is going to speak to you about this narrowness that you fall into when you feel disappointment. You just need to figure out how to temper that. So let's get 3 cards for balancing factors, unknown influences, and suggested improvements. Actually, I think I'm going to do the runes. So we have, you know what, I'm not going to take that one because it fell on its side. I know I've taken them before when they've fallen on their sides, but it just didn't feel correct. Okay. Okay, so we have this one which fell face down, which means that it's possible that it will be reversed, and it is. So this is the Manu's rune. This is about humanity and relationships. And this reinforces this idea that you have difficulty keeping good relationships in your life because of this emotional upheaval that you feel. Those are the two words I've been looking for. Emotional upheaval. You feel good and then you feel bad and you get stuck in a box of narrowness. And you have difficulty with your relationships with a lot of people as a result of this. So if you can figure out how to tap into your star energy, and I really think you're figuring that out. I think you actually know how to do it. Just remember that you're a star. Remember that you have the power, that you have the strength, the resilience to get through anything. And you will be able to flip this around and make the majority of your relationships positive. We're going to leave that right there as a reminder. And then your next card is Unknown Influences. This is, or next card. The next rune is Yera. And there is no reverse for this one, because as you see, it's the same no matter how you spin it. Yera is generally, it can be translated as year. It doesn't necessarily mean that a year is going to pass before you get all this figured out, before you make up with this Empress. It just means that time is going to pass. Time is going to have to pass. You need to give yourself time. You need to give this Empress time. And in this time, you need to study yourself. Study your emotions and figure out why you feel the way you feel. It's possible that it's due to trauma that you have this back and forth, this emotional upheaval, and this penchant for getting stuck in narrowness. It's going to take time, and that's okay. You know what? After we do this one, which is Radu or Rido or Rad, this is the rune of travel. I'm going to try to get a specific amount of time. So this is the rune of travel. This is suggested improvements. So I think you're feeling stuck and you need to travel, Capricorn. I think you need to possibly get out of the house, get out of the job that you may feel like is a dead-end job, and get out and travel. And it's very possible that the Empress is a long-distance person. You may have to travel to see them, but it's going to be worth it if you make the effort. I'm going to get one more rune for the overall energy. So we have Feo. This is, I think this is Feo. I think this is Feo. Yes, this is Feo. Feo in spells is it gives a firecracker effect to spells. It gives an explosive effect to make it go out there just with the quickness of a firecracker. But this is also about wealth and about doing things quickly, moving quickly. So I think what the overall energy is here is that you're very excited about this. You're very excited about all of these prospects, but you need to be careful of that excitement. Don't let it overwhelm you to the point that you end up falling over the other side into despair and depression. I really get this sense that you have this emotional upheaval, possibly from a chemical imbalance, where you end up falling off of ecstasy into despair. All right. So what we're going to do now is try to get a specific time frame for all of this, for this fulfillment and moving into star energy, and making up with this Empress. So let's see. Let me do this first. So we have within 3 months. This is all going to happen within 3 months. I am very excited for you, Capricorn. Very excited. This is a gorgeous reading. This is a lovely reading. It's amazing. I'm loving this for you. I think I'm done now. If you like the way that I read, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button so you can be made aware of my content as soon as it posts. Take care and have a blessed day.